Good morning, MacLaren. Today is Friday, March 27th, 2020. The weather today looks great. Sunshine and a few clouds, high of 54 degrees. That good, chilly, sunshiny Colorado weather. Tonight it will get cloudy and cold and expect rain and snow showers tonight. The sun rose, or will rise, at 6:50 a.m. today and will set at 7:18 p.m. I want to give you a quick sketch of what this next week, starting on Monday, March 30th, will look like for you as a student. Your teachers have been hard at work planning school for you. They have been learning all these different online tools and putting together your lessons for the coming week. If you needed a computer, we should have checked one out to you. So make sure that your folks know about that if you haven't gotten one from the school. If you don't need a computer, then don't worry about it if you guys are all set up there. But for these next weeks, the heart of what you will do is your weekly packet. And it has worksheets and problem sets and activities and stories and chapters from books, all different kinds of things. Your teachers will put the packet on your class's Google Classroom, and you can get that packet, print it off, and then do your schoolwork. We wanted as much as possible for you not to have to be on the computer nonstop during this closure, but your teachers have worked awfully hard to put most of what you need into that packet. If you don't have a printer, that is okay. It's ideal to be able to print off the packet and work directly on it, but your teachers are writing them with directions for what to do if you can't print it, but you can only read the packet on the computer. We can make that work. Meanwhile, there are a lot of useful online tools that we have available to us, and we will all get to know those tools quite well. You won't have regular classes online, but your teachers will be holding office hours online. That is just a time to ask your teachers for help if you need it. If you don't need the help, you don't need to go to office hours. For older students, you might ask if you go to the office hours, you might ask your teacher questions that you have about the material, or your parent or guardian might ask for you. For younger students, your parent or guardian can just go on and ask for you. Your teachers might also put a video of themselves teaching a lesson or reading a book on the Google Classroom. They might put on a virtual field trip. All sorts of options are there. If your teacher or TA or Mrs. Strobel has been working with you in a small group, we will get those small groups up and running soon, I hope. And I know your teachers are also hoping to host some social groups where you can just go on and visit with some of your classmates on the computer. Be patient. It will take us all a little while to be up and running with these different tools we have, so hang in there. This week, just focus on the packet, and if there's anything else on the Google Classroom, that will be icing on the cake. Now, when all this coronavirus and school closure began happening, our school nurse, Nurse Chasteen, not Ms. Boozy Cruz, not Mrs. Duke, they work under Nurse Chasteen's license. So our school nurse is Nurse Chasteen, and she told us this is a marathon, not a sprint. You hear that phrase sometimes, marathon, not a sprint. What does that mean? Well, a marathon is a race that is 26 2/10 miles, 26.2. It takes hours to run that far. The fastest marathon runners in the world are completing marathons now in a little over 2 hours. A sprint is a lightning fast run over a short distance. Sprinters in the Olympics run the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the 400 meters, and the greatest sprinters run those distances in a matter of seconds. Usain Bolt from Jamaica has run the 100 meters in 9.5 seconds. So what was Nurse Chasteen saying? She was saying that if you are trying to be Usain Bolt, if you think of this closure and this time at home as something that needs to wrap up tomorrow and get back to normal life, you are going to become discouraged because it is going to take time. We all need to settle in, find a good rhythm to our days, and be prepared for a long race. And I want to share with you a story of someone who knows about long races. Her name is Zoe Koplowitz. She is a marathon runner, and she has run the New York City Marathon 25 times. Every single time, she has come in last. In fact, in 2000, she set a world record for the very longest, the very slowest marathon time in the history of women's running. That is because Zoe Koplowitz has multiple sclerosis. That is a condition of the nervous system that can be disabling. So Zoe Koplowitz runs these marathons, 26 and 2/10 of a mile, on crutches. At one marathon, a crowd gathered around to watch her finish and cheer her on. And afterwards, she spoke to the crowd. She said, "It makes you understand that life is not happenstance or random all the time. When we do things like the marathon, we get an opportunity to see how the pieces fit. And life no longer becomes this random series of crazy events." There was a lovely young woman with multiple sclerosis who waited hours in the street for me to come by. On one side of her sign, she had my name in big, bold letters. On the other side of her sign, she said something that reduced me to tears. Her sign said, "Because you run every year, the rest of us continue to walk." The marathon is not just an adventure to me. It's a matter of living resources. It's not just stories to tell, it's what those stories teach you and how close you hold them to your heart through the year and how strong and how brave they make you. I've done 25 of these, and it never grows old. There is life after disability. You can either go through life like this, or you can go through life like that. The U.S. Olympic Committee selected Zoe Koplowitz as a torchbearer in the torch relay for the 2002 Olympic Games. So all of you, take heart, keep tending to your victory garden, keep a good schedule, keep a routine, settle in to a comfortable pace. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Get plenty of fresh air and exercise. Be helpful to your family. Please don't squabble with your siblings. If it is your birthday today, March 27th, 2020, happy birthday. I hope you have a day of kindness, friendliness, and peace. We are all in this together. We'll see you next time.